The boy had just squatted in front of the women's restroom when a set of dentures fell out of it. Peeking through the crack of the door, he saw that his teacher actually had a row of sharp teeth. The frightened boy ran out and tried to get help. In the classroom, the teacher, who had returned, sensed that something was off, making Jimmy very nervous. She started by having the students paint the skeleton toys, then brought out some chocolate. After giving each student a piece, she suddenly placed her hand on Jimmy's shoulder, threatening him to quickly eat the chocolate. At the critical moment, the school bell rang. The teacher seemed to be afraid of this sharp ringing sound, and Jimmy quickly took the opportunity to throw away the chocolate. However, the next day in class, his classmates had all become dull-eyed. The teacher handed Jimmy the chocolate again, ordering him to eat it immediately. Luckily, a classmate stood up for Jimmy and ate the chocolate instead. The teacher was secretly angry, leaving a scratch mark on the desk. In order to get his classmates back to normal, Jimmy puts on his gear and joins his classmates at the teacher's residence to find a solution. Just then they saw the teacher pull back the curtains and stare straight up at the moon in the sky. It turned out that the teacher was a vampire, which made the classmates scream. Noticing the abnormality, the teacher quickly came out to check, but fortunately, she did not find Jimmy. By this time, they had arrived at the basement and saw several large pots cooking food, creating a foul odor around them. Immediately after, they discovered an eerie figure standing in the corner of the wall. Jimmy worked up the courage to twist her around, only to realize that the woman in front of him was the principal. Now she stood still, with only her eyes able to move. However, just as they were about to wake up the principal, the teacher suddenly appeared from behind and took away a classmate. At this critical juncture, Jimmy rushed up and rescued the classmate. Still in shock, Jimmy returned home only to find a piece of chocolate placed on the windowsill, with the teacher currently downstairs. It seemed that she would not give up until she achieved her goal. Jimmy tried to inform his mother about the experience, but his mother thought the teacher was right and told Jimmy to obediently eat the chocolate. Jimmy could only find his classmates again and work together to find a way to subdue the vampire. In a monster encyclopedia, Jimmy found a newspaper from 70 years ago, which showed a class of students with their faces painted red, with only Jimmy's grandfather not being painted. After asking his grandfather, Jimmy realized that he had escaped the clutches of vampires because he had been a diabetic since he was a child. Just as his grandfather was about to reveal the method to subdue the vampire, Jimmy's mother pulled out a skeleton toy from his backpack. The next second, she was breathing out hot air, as if possessed by the vampire. Immediately after, she appeared behind Jimmy, and at this time, the moon turned red. The teacher also slowly walked over from the opposite side.